I think we've crossed the threshold, the point of no return. What happened today for Charlie Kirk is it's so disgusting. And it is so gross what I have seen so many famous individuals say today, advocating or mocking the very assassination of Charlie Kirk. I have seen voices that's even in the anime space that have voices characters like Subaru. For instance, I'll show a screenshot on screen that is happy that this happened, that this went down like it is, or mocking him at the very least. And seeing big names, content creators, voices actually happy that it happened really just goes to show what the current state of the country I live in is. This entire situation has happened thanks to violent rhetoric and the dehumanization and demonizing of individuals that have opposing opinions. I'm not even talking about political opinions. I'm talking strictly just about opposing opinions. It could be on the topic of food. It could be on the topic of games, anime, manga. But if you have something that someone disagrees with, you say something about something of a topic, they will want you gone. They want you dead. And I have personally have seen this myself. And I think a lot of people that have been online and have not put their head in the sand have actually seen it as well. There is an active movement, a push in these last years of dehumanizing people for years upon years to where people no longer see an individual that's been dehumanized as a human. And then they feel like it is their given right, or it's justice, to get rid of them. And this violent rhetoric has been able to flourish thanks to news media outlets profiting off of it, content creators and streamers as well advocating for violence against those they disagree with, and even social media. And I feel like that is where we're at right now, to where there's so much advocacy for violence that I don't think there's any going back. I think an invisible line has officially been crossed to the point to where people are done. And what makes this entire situation so tragic is the fact that Charlie Kirk, I don't agree with everything he says, okay? And he is technically someone that is a moderate. He's not like an extremist, very, very, very far extreme right leaning or anything for Republican. I would place him as a moderate. And he was someone that, from what I've seen over the years, he has tried to do thoughtful and very fair debates with people with opposing opinions. And there's people that's even on the side, the left side, on the Democrat side, that are very sad for what has happened today. I have personally seen it. But the point of the matter is that he's always advocated for fair debates, to allow people to have their voice shared on both sides. And it's been a big thing about his entire process. And the fact that someone that is technically a moderate, that isn't necessarily an extremist, got done like they were done today, and then openly mocked by not just 100 people, thousands of people, hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people, and probably millions. It sickens me, because I personally have so much visceral hate within me, and that's not a good thing to feel. This situation is just systematically a symptom of what has been building up for a very long time. As I mentioned a long time ago, a year plus ago, actually probably even prior to that, people have been utilizing certain words, buzzwords, for a very long time, either by labeling you a Nazi, let's say, a PDF. They will label you, Hitler, Stalin, any form of criminal or mass murder within history. They will go actively out of their way to try to dehumanize you and destroy your character. This has even happened to me, and I think any content creator, anyone online technically, you don't even have to be a content creator, has seen this. And when there is a large amount of voices that continue to echo this back and forth with each other, it eventually will hit someone that is a psychopath, that lacks empathy, lacks any human emotion, and is a straight-up monster, and will do the unthinkable. It was thanks to the constant rhetoric against him. For anything he would say, people would make sure to dehumanize him in any way they possibly could, that eventually led to a psycho wanting to get rid of him. And I think that what just happened here has put the room temperature of at least the American country into boiling status. There was already attempts, which I even talked about actually last year, attempts on Trump's life. And I said, no matter what side you're on, Democrat or Republican, I said if it happened to Biden, I would say the exact same thing. It is not okay to advocate or even be happy about political violence. It's not okay. And what we have seen happen today is one of the most extreme examples of censorship, actually. To silence those that you disagree with through fear and violence. That is the ultimate form of censorship, actually. It is the step up, actually, from anything I've talked about. Because this will put fear in those that want to talk about certain things. This will put fear that wants to have a public debate. This will put fear in those that want to try to advocate for a civil debate between both sides. And as everybody knows, Charlie Kirk wanted a civil debate. He debated people in open debates, fair debates, and he was done like he was done today. This is the ultimate form of what censorship really is. The silencing of someone else, where they no longer can speak. And it is truly heartbreaking how so many people I have seen from the left fine with what's happened. And everybody's seeing it on a worldwide scale. This is how you radicalize people. This is how people become radicalized. Because people that are on the left, and the center, and even on the right, this type of situation does radicalize. Because it causes people to look at it and be like, how are you okay with this? How are you okay with this rampant violence? And I think anyone with a moral compass, a conscience, regardless of political affiliation, will outright be disgusted by what happened today. This is not how democracy is done. This is not what Americans do. This is not how you have free speech. This is not how you have civil discussion. And anyone seeing those that are advocating for what happened today and happy about it, mocking it, I think will push them away from that group. And I've seen it a lot. I've seen it from people I've known and I've talked with, actually, and I thought they were okay individuals, but then I saw this today, and I'm just like, okay. Like, okay. It also, like I said, like what I brought at the beginning of the video, like the whole ReZero voice actor with Subaru. Finding out the English voice actor for Subaru was mocking what happened. Crazy. That man works for Crunchyroll, by the way. This is some of the people that work for Crunchyroll. To make a long story short, the people that are fine with what happened today don't understand the dangers that this just caused. Because violence isn't just for one side. And it's a scary thing. It's very scary. It's unacceptable. It should not happen. But just as how there's crazies on one side, the left, there's crazies on the right. And it just takes one absolute unhinged psychopath to do something that can never be taken back. And that is now the fear. That's the censorship, technically. I'm so disgusted, man. You all have a good day. And may Charlie Kirk rest in peace. May his family recover, and I pray for them. I really do. They did not deserve what happened to them today. They didn't. Charlie Kirk didn't. No one. You all have a good day. Chibi out.